Hey guys, welcome back to another BloodStrike video. Navigating through the settings in BloodStrike can be a bit overwhelming because there are so many options, but not every setting is perfect by default. In this video, I will guide you through the best settings to use in BloodStrike. These settings will help you play the game more comfortably and increase your chances of winning. Even if you don't play BloodStrike, take a look at these settings because some of these settings are not available in other games. Maybe you'll download BloodStrike after seeing these settings. Let's dive in and set up the perfect configuration. Setting number 1. FOV, which stands for the field of view. You will find it in the graphics and audio tabs of settings menu. Now the higher your FOV is, the more you can see on your screen. Sounds great, right? But hold on, should you crank it up to the max? Not so fast. Sure, a high FOV gives you a broader view, but your aiming might suffer, and here's why. I'll show you the difference between high and low field of view. Notice how the target gets smaller when I switch to high FOV. Yeah, that's not ideal for aiming. So having the maximum field of view isn't always the best move unless you are playing on a big screen. In my experience, sticking to the default FOV of 75 is the sweet spot for the best balance. Let's keep those settings just right for the perfect gameplay. Setting number 2, always sprint. This setting tackles a common problem that many BloodStrike players encounter. What problem? Well, let me fill you in. Have you ever found yourself intending to slide only to accidentally crouch at the end of it? It happens and it can be frustrating. To fix this, head over to the gameplay tab and find the always sprint setting in the move section. By turning on always sprint, you will no longer face this issue. Sliding becomes easy and you can smoothly execute those moves without unintentional crouching. But here's a pro tip. For optimal use, make sure to also enable running interrupts crouching setting. This ensures that you won't keep crouching when you slide, unless of course if you aim down sights and fire. Avoid doing that. It's a terrible way to get yourself eliminated instantly. Setting number 3, hit feedback. This one is a game changer and it is a must-have adjustment. Find this setting in the gameplay section under the battle info tab. Now by switching from 2D feedback to the 3D feedback, you gain a significant advantage. Wondering how? Well, you are getting hit by an enemy bullet and you don't have a clue about the enemy's location. 3D feedback comes to the rescue. With this 3D feedback, you can pinpoint the vertical position from where the enemy is shooting at you, giving you quicker reflexes. This setting is crucial because even with headphones, it can be challenging to accurately determine the enemy's altitude. In BloodStrike, enemies are often positioned on top of buildings or towers, so knowing only your horizontal location isn't enough. You need to be aware of the enemy's elevation, and it's a must to stay ahead in the game. However, this will consume your battery a little bit more, but at the end of the day, that sacrifice is worth it. Setting number 4, the quick weapon switch button. Strange how this button is not enabled by default, so you will need to turn it on manually. For most games, this feature is usually activated in the settings, but in BloodStrike, you have got to do it a bit differently. Here's how. Go to your settings, then navigate to the control section. Look for the customize option. It might be in the control section depending on your layout. In my case, I'm using control interface 1. Once you are in the customize section, you will see your layout or HUD called interface 1 in BloodStrike. Now to enable quick weapon switch button, find the button layout, click on it, and you will see more buttons. Look for the switch weapon button. This is the one you want. You can also adjust the size and opacity to your liking. I prefer mine a bit larger for easy access. This small button can make a huge difference in BloodStrike. Setting number 5, reload interrupts ADS. When you enable this setting, your aiming down sights will be cancelled when you are reloading. Now, is this a good or a bad thing? Well, it depends on your play style. For me, especially when sniping, I prefer to keep my eyes on the target. There have been many instances where I cancelled ADS during a reload and I ended up missing the target entirely. That's when I stumbled upon this awesome setting called reload interrupts ADS and I set it to off. Now when I'm sniping, if I need to reload, the enemy is in panic running around, I still keep my eyes on the enemy. It's pretty amazing and I highly recommend trying it out. So adjust this setting according to your preference and see the difference it makes in your gameplay. Setting number 6, joystick auto run. This one is different from auto sprint which I mentioned earlier. With auto run, you can drag the joystick all the way up or to the side and your character will keep running. This comes handy especially in Battle Royale, where you don't want to keep your thumb or finger on the screen all the time. Picture this, you are running to the safe zone and you need to check your inventory or make some changes, or even you need to heal. With the joystick auto run, your character keeps moving forward automatically, allowing you to multitask without consistent joystick control. It's super helpful, making it easier to navigate around obstacles or jump off without having to keep the joystick in motion the entire time. I find this setting really nice and I prefer to keep it on. Setting number 7 is sprint interrupts. These are really important to avoid unnecessary deaths. First up, we have sprint interrupts reloading. Keep this setting on. When you kill an enemy, Basically, the instinct is to reload, even if it is just one bullet. Now, if an enemy suddenly shoots you from somewhere unexpected, reloading makes you an easy target. With running interrupts reloading enabled, you can instantly cancel the reload and start sprinting, potentially saving yourself. Now, there is also sprinting interrupts using medical items. Picture this scenario. You have just defeated an enemy you want to heal, but while healing you might not notice another enemy sneaking up on you. To prevent this, turn on sprinting interrupts using medical items. This way, you will be able to cancel the healing process and quickly sprint away if danger approaches. It's a smart way to keep yourself safe and avoid those surprise attacks. So make sure to check and enable these settings for a smarter and safer gameplay experience. Setting number 8. Hidden buttons in HUDs. Let's revisit your HUD. Remember where you found the quick weapon switch button? That's the place you need to go back to. Here is why. All those important buttons that pop up during the game like self-revive, ability effects, and thank you button tend to show up randomly on your screen if you don't customize their locations. They might catch you off guard. For instance, let's take self-revive. It's so crucial, especially when you are knocked down in the heat of the battle. If it is too small or tucked away in a corner, you might not notice it when you need it most. Adjust its size and placement to ensure it's easily visible. The same goes to the ability effects and the other buttons like thank you button. They might not always be on the screen, but when they appear, you want to be able to see and access them without any issues. So set them to your preferred location on the HUD. Setting number 9. Minimap zoom. Here's another setting that might fly under radar but can make a significant impact. Head over to the gameplay section and look for battle info. There you will find the minimap setting, usually set around 60. Now I recommend setting it to the lowest possible value. Why? Well, when you take a glance at the map, you will notice that it covers a larger area. This is particularly helpful when using a UAV or coordinating with your teammates who are using one. A wider map view allows you to locate enemies more efficiently. Sometimes if map zooms in too much, you might miss seeing enemies and their exact location. So by setting it to the lowest, you ensure that the map covers a broader perspective, helping you better during gameplay. It's a small adjustment but can give you a strategic advantage. Setting number 10. Auto close pickup list when hit. Imagine you are in the middle of a heated battle looting an enemy and you have got the pickup list open wondering what to grab. Suddenly someone attacks you and in the heat of the moment, you might panic trying to move but end up picking up a random weapon from the pickup list, potentially losing your customized weapon. It's a scenario that has happened to me and many other players. With auto close pickup list when hit turned on, the pickup list automatically closes when you take a hit. This means you won't accidentally pick up any items. That helps you to stay focused and avoid losing your customized weapon. I have been saved by this setting countless times and it's a game changer for me. So if you haven't already, make sure to enable this setting. And there you have it. These are the settings that I am confident will make a significant difference in how you play the game and impact your survival in BloodStrike. Making these adjustments, as I have explained, should help you last longer in the game and increase your chances of securing that victory. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll be bringing you more BloodStrike videos, tips and tricks in future. Until then, thank you so much for watching and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.